stick to taking pictures. Pretty bitch in the mirror. You a bitch and it's clear. You look like you suck your own dick. Guess I'm not fucking with it. Shit make me sick. Consider the time that we live in. You just a villain. None of your shit that appealing. Bitch boy on my six. Offside offense.
There is the one true opinion, and there isn't.
Staring at the sun, man, I'm sun gazing, and they fool gazing. I'm like, fool, I'm staying, and the chopper it be spraying. Know what I mean? Just a little island spice for your afternoon.
There isn't just one true opinion. I'm a free speech guy. Now,
Me too.
I'm Team Dave, but that doesn't mean I'm anti-trans. We can have two thoughts in our head.
Why is everything?
What the fuck? Am I right about that? I hope.
But there's only one truth. There's a certain kind of person who, and
this is the same fucking cuck motherfucker he had on when Ben Shapiro was on. Why is this like his resident like spineless lib?
The book that I wrote, I have to mention it explicitly once. It's called Woke Racist. The book that I
woke racist. Oh,
didn't I mention it?
Yes, you did.
I did.
But I have to say it too.
Okay,
for
good.
my public.
It's fantastic.
Right. Thank you very much. But what a certain kind of person thinks is that what we must hold front and center is battling or striking battle poses against power differentials. And that must center everything that we do intellectually, artistically, morally. That is the main thing. There might be some other things. You can barbecue now and then, but that is the center. And if you're not doing that, you're not just somebody who's annoying, you're a moral pervert and you must be defenestrated and chased out of the public square. They don't put it in
Jesus Christ,
those
dude.
words, but
Fucking
unfortunately...
relax. Defenestrated? What the... Is that even a word? Defenestration. The action of throwing someone out of a window. That is my new favorite word, bro. I'm falling out my window, bro. Action of throwing someone out a window. Hold up. I need my theme. Fall out.
The night's bones have died.
Follow my window. Yeah, shift. Follow my window. Yeah,
Defenestration.
Shift.
Defenestration. Then I sift. Defenestration.
Then I pick.
Amazing, dude. Amazing stuff. So we are throwing people who we have thrown Dave Chappelle out of a window, clearly.
That's what they mean. That's what we're up against. And so that's why there's some people who think that there's one truth.
Why
they
is it
think they
still
have
so
found the
quiet,
final
dude?
solution.
Why is everything
they think they
mixed
are
terribly?
Kant. They aren't.
Kant, the philosopher.
See, I
Kant,
dropped
as I like to call it.
Want to confuse anybody out there and get us in bigger trouble than we always are. Immanuel Kant, K-A-N-T.
No, it's Kant.
philosopher.
No.
Yes. No.
And he was a bitch, that
That's
guy.
it
Let
for
me
me.
tell you.
True. Yo, I want that as a soundbite. He was a bitch, let me tell you.
I'm going to lose my job.
No, you're not. I'm going to lose mine.
It's all right. You have a
Well,
job
we're
at the
all
forward
gonna lose
party.
our
Don't
job.
worry.
Okay. But as a professor, though, of language, here's what I thought I would get you on, even though that's going to be the subject of my editorial next week, because it's,
Can't
I
wait.
think, a much bigger
cannot
subject
wait,
than just
Bill.
this, but this gets at it. Words have meaning.
Yep.
But not anymore. And when I hear transphobic, phobic has a meaning. Fear. I'm not.
Is he
transphobic
really
if
doing
I'm
this? Oh, man, Bill. Oh, you are so sheltered, my friend. Holy fuck. He's really doing the, I'm not scared of gay people. I'm not homophobic. Like,
really
oh,
disagree
no,
with you.
dude. No.
It's not hate. I mean,
What a
here's
fucking moron,
one
dude.
of the
Holy
reactions
shit.
from someone who worked at Netflix said, "This is not an argument with two sides."
Okay.
Well, right away you lost me. It is an argument with trans people who want to be alive and people who don't want us to be. Well, that's just ridiculous. Dave Chappelle does not want you to not be alive.
Amen.
It's just, and you know, you're not automatic.
Is that a little bit hyperbolic? Maybe. Maybe I'll give you that. But what they mean by like want us to not be alive is like our identity is invalid. My act of existing as a trans person in the world, you don't think is real. You think I am invalid. You don't agree with my identity. So that is like, does he want them executed? No. But does he think that they're all like mentally ill and probably deserve to be like locked up or something? Well, maybe, definitely maybe.
Right.
And do some of the people who are avidly supporting Dave Chappelle right now, do they want to do some of those fans maybe want to lock trans up in like camps and like eugenicize them? Like, yeah, probably. More than definitely. So, I mean, that's where the rub is, right? That's where the issues come in. I don't know what it is. I think it's almost what he like actually said. I think is low key what he believes, but he doesn't quite have the cognitive like self-awareness to recognize it. But I do think it was kind of the thing where it's like he sees trans identity as some kind of like reactionary white identity to white guilt, you know? And that's honestly, and you know, I'm saying this as a white dude, so fuck me, but that is kind of been a trend in the black community, and why there is a lot of not only anti-trans sentiment in the black community, but anti-gay, and why you don't see many like gay rappers, or why you see Lil Nas X talking about as being a gay rapper. There's like a lot of artists who don't want to work with him, is because it has always been seen as like, oh, the white man is trying to like emasculate the black man. Oh, you know, like gayness is this white affliction that they put on black people to, yeah, DaBaby was saying that basically, that black people are naturally strong and masculine, and you know, it's the white culture softening them, feminizing them, making them more malleable, you know. And that's really harmful if you're a black youth growing up and, you know, feeling those kind of feelings. Yeah, exactly. The industry is extremely homophobic, for sure. And Dave Chappelle is just kind of embodying that in a way, and really standing firm on it in a way that I'm not even sure he's totally self-aware of. Like I said, like I don't even know if he knows why this is such a thing. I think he's just kind of caught. Yeah, well, exactly. I'm sure that when Old Town Road came out and that shit was popping off, I bet everybody was in this dude's inbox asking for a feature. Oh man, I love your sound. You know, you got this country vibe. Like, yeah, can I get on one of your tracks? You want to get on one of my tracks? And then he comes out as gay, and I bet that dried up real quick. And that's just not cool. And that's why it's like, well, he's not being blackballed by the industry as a whole, the music industry as a whole. Like, yeah, he's very successful, but like he came out and spoke about it. He talked about how he's not getting features. Like I fucking hate Jack Harlow, but like he kind of made the post about Jack Harlow, like shout out to him, like thank you for like working with me. Like, you know, I know a lot of people aren't willing to work with me in this industry. And like I said, like it's not exactly blackballed from like a corporate perspective. It's not like he's getting shut out. He's getting all the marketing in the fucking world he could ever want. He's getting all the support that way. But yeah, as Keith said, by his peers. And that's why it's like, are we trying to silence people who like say harmful things about not only the trans community but like the LGBT community? It's like, it's not about silencing them. It's just about like, yeah, these companies have platforms, they make choices. Okay. And people should have a voice about it. It's really no different. And this is the art. Well, I'm getting ahead of myself. It's no different than like minstrel shows back in the day. Like this, the argument that people who support Chappelle are making right now are the same argument that people supported for minstrel shows post like Jim Crow era, where it was still kind of acceptable, but like it was starting to get a little hate. People are like, oh, what? Black people can't take a joke? Come on, you're not slaves anymore. Come on, we give you all the same rights. Why can't you take a joke, dude? It's funny. Ha 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 ha. Black people eat watermelon. Hilarious. That stuff would still be going on if it hadn't gotten enough pushback to like shut it down. Just fucking shut it down. And what I was getting to is that the argument then becomes for people like Chappelle, oh, well, you're just always trying to find a new frontier of oppression. It's like, okay, so we got rid of minstrel shows. That was actually oppressive. We had to get rid of that. But trans, those aren't even, that's not a real thing. Those people are just weird and brainwashed. So why can't I make fun of them? Come on, that's you're just trying to find a new frontier of oppression. It's like, no, it is a process. We came out the fucking dirt. Humans came out, we were fucking monkeys slinging our own shit at each other, and we canceled that behavior. It's been a steady road of canceling bad behavior ever since. Like, we used to treat women like property and like little fucking baby farms, you know, and then we canceled that behavior. And then we treated people who didn't look like us, people of other cultures or skin colors like cattle, and then we canceled that behavior. And then we were making fun of those people that we used to treat like cattle, and then we got rid of that. It's like, yeah, there is a new frontier of oppression because we came out the fucking mud. Like, it's gonna be a long trip, but we keep pushing it. And the other thing is that, and this needs to happen, it's very possible to do a whole comedy special about the trans identity and have it be hilarious and unproblematic. And you don't even have to be a trans person to do it, I don't think. I think, and that's what I'm saying, I think that needs to happen. I think someone who is a little more progressive in the comedy space needs to come out. Honestly, Jon Stewart, I think, would be perfect as a straight white man, you know, like coming out there, doing a whole special on the trans experience, making it hilarious and also making it unproblematic, because you can do that. But that's not what Chappelle did. Or even better, who's that hilarious black comedian? Maybe if we wanted to get another black comedian in the space. Cat Williams, is that his name? This is an unproblematic king right here. Yeah, Cat Williams. This dude's hilarious. This dude's woke as fuck. He came out talking a little bit about the cancel culture stuff. He's like, bro, if you're complaining about like being canceled, like you're just not funny. You're at the end of your career and you're just looking for something to cling on to relevancy for.
If you're trans, you're completely equal. You're just not automatically right. And
nobody's saying that, dude.
it doesn't behoove everybody to
automatically
get their
right
mind
about what,
around
that I
very
exist,
new
like
changes.
a trans person exists.
We
You're
were
not
boy and
automatically
girl for
right
a
that
very
you
long
exist,
time.
all right? It's debatable.
It's only been 10 years
Debate me,
since,
bro.
how long have we had gay marriage? You know, I mean, talking about the Democratic voter, I'm sure there's a guy in Ohio going, I just got on board with gay marriage. Could you give me a minute?
Hey, man, I just got on board with freeing the slaves, all right? Yeah, I'm still going to treat black people like shit. Come on, give me a minute, all right? Jesus. Look, they're not slaves anymore. Come on. I just got over that. Fuck you, dude.
This idea that we're
Come
not...
on, Yang. Forward. 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 Let's hear it.
We're not any gender when we're born is very new
Push
and
'em
very
forward.
radical. That you're born is just jump ball.
But
You have a penis.
That's not new, dude. Guys used to wear high heels and dresses. Gender has always been like a fluid interpretation of societal constructs. I don't know what to tell you, man. You're actually late to the party.
Could mean you're a boy, but that's that's a very new idea, and I'm not sure I'm down with all of it, and I don't have to be.
I'm not sure I'm down with you existing. I don't think you exist.
But Dave wasn't battling power differentials.
Yank, say something, guy. Come on.
He wasn't.
I know it's like you're not left or right. You're only forward. So like that doesn't leave you a lot of space to talk because everything is pretty much left or right. So it's probably best for you to just not say a word.
Immediately on
gotta-
board.
you gotta
and that
do
person
something,
from
my man.
Ohio needs to do some learning and some adjustment.
Yes.
But that means that you are a heretic and you have to be pushed out a window because you are not
Pushed out a window. There it is. Defenestration, baby.
battling the power differentials. And what you see is that that's one thing this is. These people who do this about race, who do this about trans, who do this about anything, think of themselves as ahead of the curve. They think of themselves as indicating some
Right.
sort of higher wisdom. Really, it's a very simple
Who the
way of
fuck
looking
is
at
this
things. People
Joe
like
Mo,
this, no
dude?
matter what they're arguing on the basis of, are telling
Jesus
us
Christ.
the way you would have thought of it when you were 5 years old is the proper way to think of it. That doesn't work.
What?
Never will.
Bill,
Let's hear it. Does the forward party think trans people are valid? Let's hear.
you've been a comedian. Being a comedian seems like a really, really tough job. I think we can agree that
Really, dude?
comedian's primary role is to entertain, and it's sometimes to make us think. But no one thinks it's a comedian's role to tell us how to think or what to think, and attributing that
Tell that to Joe Rogan's fan base.
role
You
to
won't.
Dave or any other
You won't.
comedian doesn't serve art, the artist, or society at all.
Well,
This guy even
mean-
claps like a fucking bigot.
I was going to read some of these reviews. I'm just going to read this one from NPR. It's because the reviews from the critics so at variance with the audience. Rotten Tomatoes, that's a amalgam of reviews. I think in this case 7. His special got a 43%. Audience 95.
Yeah, well,
Says a lot
let's see
about
Donald
the
Trump do a special.
differentiation
Let's see
between
the
real
audience do
people
this, huh?
and the
We're seeing this again and again. Defund the police says,
Right.
oh, so sophisticated person. And a person living in a dangerous neighborhood doesn't want it, and there are more of them than there are of the people, wearing t-shirts saying defund the police. Or Latinx. I don't have any problem with Latinx, but it doesn't seem to be making any inroads into the communities where most Latinx people live. And so you have this sort of educated dialect way of thinking. And that's the case here, where all of these people, I think, to get back to this simplicity idea, they see that Dave Chappelle is a comedian. There are layers of wit and irony and attitude going on. And instead, we're told to just read it as if it was the Three Bears. And we're being told that that's sophisticated, when really that means that these people who are, so annoyed
Dude,
that
did Yang
anybody
say
says
even one
some
fucking
words or
thing?
expresses
What a
some
coward,
ideas
dude.
are saying that most of America aren't sophisticated, and yet last time I checked, they were arguing on the
Or-
basis of disempowered people.
or that there's a
contradiction
connection
there.
that because you don't agree with what he said, which again I don't think is transphobic. A lot of the special is about how he has this friendship with a trans person who is his opening act.
Oh, dude, come on, bro. I have a black friend. Come on. I have a trans friend. I'm not transphobic. Oh, Jesus fuck.
But that it's going to lead to violence. Now there has been an uptick in violence, as there was with Asian Americans in the last couple of years. Of course,
It's beyond parody, bro. I mean, this is a better comedy special than Dave Chappelle's was, to be honest. Except this is very, very real, which is the scary thing.
condemn this. Of course, we should do everything
People actually think like this. Yeah, it's no self-awareness, bro. Like, exactly. Yeah, I'm not racist, bro. I got a black friend. Yeah, and here's the black friend. This is the black friend, bro. He's the prototypical, the chosen black friend. This is every racist Republican's black friend right here. Oh my god, dude. Yang did not say a fucking word, bro. And I think that says a lot about what the forward party is. Just like, we don't stand for anything. No, actually, we stand for good things only. What are the good things? Well, not the bad things. We don't stand for the bad things. And we only want the things that work. Well, what are the things that work? Well, they're not the things that don't work. Defenestration. I need that word. Yank, dude, that is honestly, bro, they need to hire you. They need to hire you to the forward party. You got to be the lead marketing executive. It is what it was. That's the Forward Party. That's what they stand for. Oh, God. Andrew Pandrew. Okay. So I mean, Bill Maher is basically a right winger at this point.
New rule, if you're in
Time for a national. Ooh, talking about the Civil War.
And finally, new rule.
That's spicy. Ooh.
Americans must answer the question
America
posed
have a
on Twitter
divorce?
last week by Representative
this is okay. He's responding
Marjorie
to this.
Taylor Greene. Should America have a national divorce? Now, I don't think Marjorie Taylor Greene should really be a
Margarine
representative at
gangrene.
all. She's the house you tell your kids to avoid on Halloween. But her question does represent the thinking of a lot of Americans on both sides. Ben Shapiro floated the idea that our best hope now is a friendly separation of states. 66% of Republicans in the South say they would support secession.
There was a solid year of my life where Joe Rogan had me convinced that all women's sports would become men's sports and all men's sports would become women's sports. I really thought that for a second.
To join a new confederacy. 41% of Biden voters want
You'd
to
have LeBron in a
secede.
wig in the WNBA.
I mentioned this in this space in our last editorial, in our last show, about how Trump is right now behind the scenes, spending every waking moment making the changes needed to really steal the election next time, because it's either that or trying to win voters with ideas.
What, dude?
Crazy. But a lot of people hit me up after that editorial and said, you know what? You scared the shit out of me. Good. Because now the question they're asking is, what can we do about this slow-moving coup? Great question.
I actually agree with
And
that.
here's the answer many
the
will
answer.
not like. If we want to halt this descent into civil war, we have to stop hating each other.
All right.
And the reason I say that many won't like that answer is because the act of hating people you don't exactly agree with has become so ingrained, so routine for so many people. I think if
Wait,
they
what was his answer?
went into civil war, great question. And here's the answer many will not like. If we want to halt this descent into civil war, we have to stop hating each other. And the reason I say that many won't like that answer is because the act of hating people you don't exactly agree.
The way we make bad things not happen is to everyone should only do good things. That's what these fuckers do all the time. It always comes back to that because nobody ever wants to actually like put policy on the table, like things that actually change society, like the Civil Rights Act or like the New Deal or like, you know, things that or like the war in Afghanistan and Iraq, the war in the middle, the never-ending wars in the Middle East. Those are actual legislative decisions and policies made by our elected officials that have had huge fucking impacts on our daily life. But what does he have to offer? No, we have to stop hating each other. Why can't we just stop hating each other? It's like, I don't know, dude. What are you gonna do? What do you like? Oh, we should all just listen to Bill. If we had just listened to Bill Maher, we would have gotten out of this. If we all just stopped hating each other. Like, that doesn't do anything. It's so fucking limp-wristed and useless.
Agree with has become so ingrained, so routine for so many people. I think if they stopped, they'd miss it. It's become so normalized now, we don't even notice how often someone online is wishing someone dead. Anyone we disagree with about anything is evil incarnate, and every argument goes from zero to homicide. It doesn't even have to be about anything important or consequential. You insulted Gossip Girl, prepare to die. There's a moment in my stand-up act these days where I ask the audience rhetorically, What should happen to all of the people who enabled Trump when he was in office? And about half the time, someone shouts out, kill them or hang them. You know, besides the fact that wishing people...
Impotent rage, Bill. You know, it's like, it's people who have zero power to change anything, just screaming the most extreme thing because they know even the most less extreme thing, the least extreme thing you could say is not going to happen. So might as well say, yeah, fuck them, hang them. Like it's impotent rage. So what do we do about that? We have to give power back to the people. We have to start doing people-based policy.
People dead is a terrible place for your mind to be. If you're wishing them dead, you can be sure they're wishing you dead. You want a real war, liberals? Really? You think you're going to win the I want you dead war? You're not. You're going to lose.
They won last time, Bill. Yeah, the other side kind of got their cheeks clapped real hard. So
They have way more guns and they know how to use them.
Oh, you are so fucking cucked, dude. Holy shit. You think these dumb hicks could stand to the liberal elite military? Are you fucking kidding me? Like,
And with all
these are cosplayers. Like, you might as well be like showing like, you think you're going to win? Where is it? There it is. You think you're going to win against these folk who have weapons and knows how to use them? Yeah, I didn't think so. Like this dude right here, this fucking soy-faced, chinless, bitch-ass motherfucker. That's who I should be afraid of? I don't think so, dude.
with due respect, no one can do hate like a right-wing conservative.
We have Link and God on our side, all right? I have the power of anime and God.
This past Saturday, I was in the great city of Pittsburgh, PA, and the man who drove me in from the airport was from Bosnia. He was there in Sarajevo in 1984 when they had the Olympics. And he left sometime after that city became a war-torn hellscape. And he said to me, what I am seeing happening here now is exactly what I saw in Bosnia. Next-door neighbors who despise each other. He was telling me...
Oh, well, dude, if they had just stopped, if they had just stopped hating each other, maybe it could have been avoided. I'm sure there was not an immeasurable amount of complex interlocking systems of political exchange that probably led to a building getting firebombed. No, it was just because people just couldn't stop hating each other. Ah, man, it's cancel culture going too far.
That hate on this level can only be sustained for so long before becoming actual war. Last year, a warehouse blew up in Beirut, Lebanon. Everyone agreed it was an accident. But last week, there was a march calling for the removal of the judge investigating the incident. And it turned into a street fight with automatic rifles and rocket-propelled grenades.
Was that guy holding a gun with his mouth?
Into a street fight with automatic rifles and rocket.
This is advanced, bro. This is fucking advanced warfare right here. This man played Call of Duty and was like, yo, I need it to look exactly like Call of Duty. He's putting the fucking gun in his mouth, dude. What the fuck? What the fuck is that, dude? Why? What? Who? That's the only explanation I have. Is this man's only experience with warfare. He's also holding the clip like a fucking grip, dude. Jesus Christ. Oh no. He's ready to head glitch. Oh no, dude. He played Call of Duty and was like, well, I know how it's supposed to look, so I'm just gonna make it look like it does in the video game. Like, oh no. Dude, guys will literally have a gang war in the street shooting at each other instead of going to suck a cock and then go to therapy. So that dude's just, he took the whole like phallic imagery of guns to a whole new level. Just put that baby right in his mouth.
Grenades. Over that most emotional of all issues, warehouse safety. Because when people despise each other, it doesn't matter what the issues are. When someone hates you, they don't hear what you're saying. let alone want to work with you on an issue. Today's Republicans don't have issues. Oh, they have issues. Just not like the ones they used to
Do they? Because that's like your fan base now, bro.
have. Balanced
Be
budget.
careful what you're saying about them.
They care about that about as much as they care about the new season of RuPaul's Drag Race. Owning the libs is the only issue. Obamacare wasn't a horrible or radical policy. It was desperately needed by many of the people who fought it. But it came from the people they hated. Democrats keep thinking they can win over voters who hate them with better policies. You're dreaming.
Yeah, what? Yes. No, that's the only way to win people over. Wait, what? Like, what?
But it came from the people they hated. Democrats keep thinking they can win over voters who hate them with better policies. You're dreaming.
Yes, better policy. That's the like Obamacare was not great policy. He had here's the thing. Imagine this. Obama had complete control, House, Senate, right? Executive branch, obviously. Imagine he had just socialized healthcare. Imagine if everyone going into this pandemic had full coverage healthcare. Would people like that? There would never be a red president again. There would never be a Republican in office ever again. He would have taken the power, done some great policy with it, something that, again, every other fucking developed nation on planet Earth has. And that would have actually changed hearts and minds. That's the kind of thing that leads to an FDR-style winning streak. Even if it's not just one guy over and over, it's still a whole fucking blue map every election until the Republicans just evaporate or something. Policy is the only thing that what is he going to say if it's not policy? I'm curious.
Democrats are always asking, why do Republicans vote against their economic interests? Because they hate you. Comedians know this syndrome very well. You can have an act that kills in a good way. But if you insult the audience, if you make them hate you, dead silence. They will not give you that laughter.
Weren't we just talking about how we're not supposed to like get our political discourse from comedians?
And if they don't laugh, it's not comedy.
Come on,
It's
you
alternative
couldn't even last like a whole episode without contradicting yourself like that.
So, how do we stop Trump and the coup? Take it down a notch. Can we start with that? Is that really so hard? I know it would be easier if everyone bad would just die. But that's not a plan, and they're not.
So your plan is take it down a notch. Okay. All right. How do you do that? Are you just gonna spend all of your day on Twitter just replying to every single inflammatory every tweet that you see, take it down a notch, or else civil war? Like with that, is that how you make it happen?
Not going to. It's up to all of us, right, left, and center, to fix this by de-escalating. So here's everybody's first assignment. Captain Kirk was blasted into space last week. And yes, you could use that to make a point about how we need to tax the super rich more, or how we still have problems on Earth, or toxic masculinity.
Stupid like policy things that are actually gonna affect the entire planet. You talking about that, dude? Come on, Captain Kirk went to space, dude. Remember Captain Kirk? Remember Captain Kirk? You like Captain Kirk? Yeah, just don't pay attention to anything else. Remember Star Trek? The society that we'll never reach at the rate that we're going right now. Oh no.
Yeah, you could. But how about this? Don't.
I'm gonna say something I shouldn't.
Just enjoy it.
Shut up and enjoy it, peasant.
Just enjoy it. That William Shatner, national treasure, spirit animal to virgins, and I assume reverse mortgage salesman, went for a rocket ride and came back. Not everything has to be political. You want to heal America?
No.
Shut the fuck up for a while.
That is just such the opposite take. There are huge problems, like global, catastrophic, world-ending problems that we face. Degradation of global society in amongst nuclear-armed powers. Climate change. Like these are things that are threats to, like, on a scale that humanity has never experienced before. And he's like, sit down, shut up, and it'll all go away. And it's like, well, one, just saying that, nobody's like, that doesn't change anything. No one's gonna, it's not like every person in America is gonna watch this thing and be like, you know what, Bill, you're right. I'm gonna tone it down a notch. I'm not gonna say the Jews run everything today on Twitter. Like, but second of all, even if you could do that, even if he had the fucking Infinity Gauntlet and he was like, everyone is taking it down a notch, and we all get Thanos into shutting up for a little bit, that's not gonna fix the problems. That's not gonna change anything. I mean, he'll feel better because, like, his Twitter feed will quiet down, I guess, or whatever the fuck. I don't even know what he's so riled up about. Bill Maher unironically thinks that if everyone just smoked weed, the world would be a better place. And I ironically believe that, but he unironically believes it. Oh, fuck me. What a state of affairs. Progressivophobia, oh no. Oh no. Alright, what else we got?